today's video, we'll be working on Azogs Hunters and Hunter Orcs. Now, no one's going to watch me put these together fully dressed, so let's do something a little different.
I'll be combining a few different kits here, starting with the Hunter Orcs themselves. A few of the poses are hard to work with, but overall it's a solid kit. There were a couple of heads I know I wouldn't use, just not a fan of the hairstyles, but besides that, I used pretty much everything. Now this kit only comes with 24 Hunter Orcs, and we want 40, so we're going to need a lot more bodies. This is where the Oathmark Goblin slaves came in. These models are also full body, so I chopped them up and mixed them with the Hunter Orcs, using the arms sparingly here, as they were a little skinnier than I liked, but besides that, the two ranges mix well. The third kit I used was the Wargames Atlantic Goblin Warband. This had a bunch of heads that I really loved, along with more arm options. The bodies here are far too short to mix in, but I do plan on turning them into Moria Goblins for a future video. These bits made up a majority of the Hunter Orcs, but for the captains, I reached into two more products: the Oathmark Heavy Orcs and the Victrix Germanic Warriors. Oathmark had a few more heads that found their way onto the troops, while their heavy weapons went on my captains, whose bodies were Germanic warriors. It's a pretty eclectic bunch of bits, not including any of the random bits I had on hand. If you have any questions about the scaling of the different kits, let me know in the comments below. If there's a kit you think I should have used, throw it down there too. I might just have to pick one up before the next project. Once glued down, I got everyone primed, and then it was off to the bases. For the bases, I wanted to strike a balance between making them look good and remaining lazy and not painting them. I think my combination of Green Stuff World foliage, seasonings, and coconuts did just that. With the addition of some rocks, I'm very happy with the outcome. That said, I will be returning to these bases after I get some paint on the models. Speaking of which, let's get painting. Hello. So this is what a couple of them look like after doing the skin. Really happy with the conversions here. It was made from all of the different parts. I'll probably do another round of highlights. But for these skin tones, I just use normal paints. Normal, cheap craft store paints. And I continued to use those normal paints for the rest of the model, picking a dark green to be the accent color that helps draw the army together visually. After a wash on the clothes, a darker shade than the one I used for the skin, it was back to the bases. The bases remind me of the redwoods, and I love the coloration we have so far, but I think we could use a little bit of green to break it up. First, I mixed paints with some leftover basil to get a mix of freshly fallen leaves. Then I used that old mat you've seen me make the hobbit bases out of, cut it up, and made some grass tufts to spread around. Finally, I used another product for the first time, Gamer Grass Deep Ferns. I only used a couple of them, but I really love how much those few added in the end. Altogether, I think we did a good job of breaking up the monotony of the landscape we created.
You know what the funniest part about this project is? I spent... Did you say no? Wow. I spent so much time trying to figure out the Hunter Orcs and putting all these kits together, but I think the coolest thing I made was the Necromancer. What do you think? She doesn't think. She just exists. Hello.
The original Necromancer model is cool, but it's just a little too Scooby-Dooby-Doo. So for my version, I started with this print from Monolith Arts. While I scaled it to be a little taller than the original, it doesn't quite fill the base the same way. To solve this, I started layering hot glue in a thick blob at the bottom, without a plan, really. I was mostly freestyling and hoping I could figure it out. And that's when I had the idea to pull the glue in areas and let it dry upside down, letting the weight of the glue pull itself upward to give that kind of otherworldly effect. Thankfully, with the finished product, it looks completely intentional. Well, if you made it this far, thanks for watching. Jesus Christ, the floor is so loud. All right, let's see how we did. I've played a lot of games with Hunter Orcs recently, and it's been a ton of fun. Azog is gross, and the Necromancer is just as nasty. Defense 4 on all your warriors is pretty rough, but as long as you roll 6s, you'll never be disappointed. See you in the next one.